The hidden costs of skipping sleep. What happens to your brain and body? Imagine this. It's 3 a.m. and you're still scrolling on your phone. Maybe you're binge watching a series or stuck on TikTok, telling yourself, just one more video. But what if I told you that staying up all night could mess with your brain in ways you don't even realize? From your emotions to your memory to your health, pulling an all-nighter can have some serious effects. Stick around, because today we're diving into what really happens to your brain when you skip sleep. And trust me, you'll think twice the next time you're tempted to stay awake. Before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you'll never miss another video about your amazing brain and body. All right, let's get into it. Think of your brain like your phone's battery. What happens when you don't charge your phone overnight? It runs slower, apps freeze, and eventually, it just shuts down. That's exactly what happens to your brain when you skip sleep. Your brain uses sleep to recharge. It clears out waste, repairs cells, and gets ready for a new day. When you don't let your brain do this, it starts running on empty. You might feel foggy, distracted, or even clumsy. Have you ever tried to focus after staying up all night? Simple tasks feel harder, and it's like your brain is stuck in slow motion. Scientists say that just one sleepless night can lower your brain's performance by up to 30%. That's like trying to drive a car with flat tires. Here's something even cooler. While you sleep, your brain sorts through all the information you learned during the day. It decides what to keep and what to forget, kind of like organizing files on a computer. When you skip sleep, those files don't get saved properly. This is why you might forget simple things, like someone's name or where you left your keys, after pulling an all-nighter. Let's talk about feelings. Have you ever noticed how grumpy or emotional you get when you don't sleep enough? There's a reason for that. When you stay up all night, your brain's amygdala, the part that controls emotions, goes into overdrive. It's like turning the volume all the way up on every feeling you have. A small inconvenience, like spilling your coffee, might feel like the end of the world. At the same time, the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that helps you stay calm and make decisions, gets weaker when you're tired. This is why it's so easy to snap at people or overreact when you haven't slept. For example, imagine you're in an argument with a friend. After a good night's sleep, you might stay calm and talk it out. But after an all-nighter, that same argument might turn into a full-blown meltdown. Sleep is what helps you manage stress and keep your emotions in check. Now let's talk about how sleep affects learning and memory. Think of your brain as a sponge. During the day, it soaks up information, things you see, hear, or learn. But without sleep, that sponge dries out. Let's say you're studying for an exam or learning a new skill. If you pull an all-nighter, your brain won't store that information properly. In fact, research shows that people who get a full night of sleep remember 40% more than those who stay awake. It gets worse. Without sleep, your reaction time slows down. This can be dangerous, especially if you're driving or doing something that requires focus. Did you know that being awake for 24 hours can impair your brain as much as being legally drunk? That's pretty scary when you think about it. So, if you're trying to perform your best, whether it's at school, work, or even a video game, getting enough sleep is non-negotiable. It's not just your brain that suffers when you skip sleep. Your entire body feels the effects. When you pull an all-nighter, your brain sends out stress signals. These signals can raise your heart rate and mess with your blood sugar levels. Over time, this can lead to serious health issues like high blood pressure or diabetes. Sleep is also crucial for your immune system. When you don't get enough rest, your body has a harder time fighting off colds, infections, and even the flu. This is why people who consistently don't sleep well tend to get sick more often. And let's not forget about energy. Have you ever felt like a zombie after staying up all night? That's your body's way of telling you it's running on fumes. Even drinking coffee or energy drinks can only do so much. They might wake you up for a little while, but they can't replace the restorative power of sleep. If staying up all night becomes a habit, the long-term effects can be even more serious. Over time, poor sleep can increase your risk of developing brain-related issues like memory loss or Alzheimer's. Why? Because sleep is when your brain clears out harmful toxins. When you skip this process, those toxins build up and can damage your brain cells. Plus, Lack of sleep affects your creativity and problem-solving skills. So, if you're trying to come up with new ideas or solve a tough problem, staying awake all night isn't the answer. A well-rested brain is a much sharper brain. So, what can you do if you've already stayed up all night? First, don't try to fix it by sleeping all day. This can mess up your body's natural clock and make it harder to sleep the next night. Instead, aim to go to bed a little earlier the following evening. Stick to your normal sleep schedule as much as possible. While you're awake, drink plenty of water and eat healthy foods to give your brain the nutrients it needs. Avoid sugary snacks or too much caffeine. They'll just make you crash later. And most importantly, don't make all-nighters a habit. Your brain and body will thank you for it. So, staying up all night might seem harmless at the moment, but it can have serious effects on your brain, your emotions, and your health. The good news is that sleep is one of the easiest ways to take care of yourself. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend who might need a reminder to get more sleep. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about how your brain and body work. Thanks for watching, and remember, a well-rested brain is a happy brain. See you in the next video.